Hi everyone, thanks for checking out another InfoSec Hub video, and today we're going to make video 3 of our Road to CISM video series about studying for the CISM exam. So without further ado, let's dive into the organizational structures, roles and responsibilities. Let's go. 62 questions, so this is going to be a long one. An enterprise that appoints a ISO, CISO, improves collaboration among ranks, senior management, acknowledges commitment to legal responsibility for information security, infringes on the governance role of the board of directors. Financially, I think C, because it's actually C level, and Chief Information Security. But it could as well be B. I think C in this case. Appointing a CISO creates a clear line of responsibility for information security due to the scope and... Yeah, okay. Retains its governance. Okay, so the board of directors will retain its governance regardless of if there's a CISO appointed or not, because they're end responsible. I see. See, this is what I mean with ISACA. I see. Acknowledges a commitment to legal responsibility. Okay, so they are... they know that they need to comply to this, so they appoint somebody like a CISO. I think A. The primary purpose of the information security program is to provide protection to information assets, and it must be aligned with business strategy and objectives. Which of the following must be corrected first to ensure successful information security governance? Which of the following situations must be corrected? A. D. The data center manager has to sign off on all security projects. A steering committee should be in place to approve all. Yeah, should be, but it's not the case. I was thinking more on the shortage of qualified people, because you need that in order to make the governance, the security governance working actually. But okay, continue. We're gonna go a little bit faster, otherwise it's gonna take forever. Who is ultimately responsible for ensuring information is categorized? Categorized. I think a data owner. Steering committee. Yeah, but you can also put that as an information security officer. He can do an assessment of the application, the kind of data that is in there, what measures, protective measures should be taken, categorized in the form of how long should it be stored. Is this PII? Is this special PII? So it could be an ISO. It could be a data owner that we say, okay, now you're the application manager. You're also automatically data owner of this piece of data within the database. But ISACA says, of course, there need to be a steering committee. Well, not every organization has the luxury, but I guess this is the approach and this should be it. Routine administration of all aspects of security is delegated, but the steering committee must retain overall responsibility. Well, the steering committee might also be the board of directors or the C-wing, C-level people within your organization. Ultimately, the board of directors is responsible. Okay. Information security policy enforcement is the responsibility of the enforcement. I have no idea. Like, no, I don't think so. The Chief Information Security Officer. Okay, so... Okay. Which of the following situations would most inhabit the effective implementation of a security governance? Most inhabit the effective. I think this is prevent. I think conflicting business priorities. I think. I'm not sure what inhabit means. Lack of high level sponsorship. The need for the need for senior management involvement and support is key success factor. Cool. Must be addressed, but not to facilitate. Oh, okay, I see. See, you have to study these kind of questions to understand the mindset, and this is what I have to do. Now I'll record them, but I think I still have much time to figure it out on my own. And in January I have to take the exam, so not really looking forward to it, but we'll continue. What will be the highest impact? I think the complexity. Yes. Haha, we got the green light. Continue. Which of the following roles would show that information is classified? Steering committee, right? So that's senior management. C, data owner. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is ridiculous. The data owner is responsible for applying the proper. Yeah, it could be any. It could be any way. Why security has to be so in this way of thinking? It might as well be senior management that says we classify this, or the security manager. Okay, data owner. Yeah, makes sense. But let's see. Let's see if we can try to hack it. What responsibility do data owners normally have? Administrating security of data, determine level of publication. Normally. Okay. So a data owner also have security requirements for the data. The level of application security requires. Data owners approve access to data. Yes. And determine the degree of... This would be an application manager. And then IT is responsible for... either on the basis of Entra ID giving you some access rights, right? Identity and access management. Yeah. That's how I see it. And I just... My answers are really based on my experience so far. 5 years of experience within the field and what I saw. Many organizations don't even define a data owner. Like who's the data owner of a SaaS application, for instance? Who's the data owner of all the PII? Is that the engineering department? Is that the security department? Is that the IT department? Yeah, you tell me. Is that the one who can access the data? Then who is responsible for securing that data? Is that the data owner? Apparently, according to them, it is. Which of the following is most appropriate position to sponsor the design and implementation of a new security infrastructure in a large global enterprise? Appropriate position to sponsor. Security. I think Chief Security Officer. Global enterprise. Then maybe legal counsel, because you also have to deal with laws and regulations, what we saw in the previous video. Ah, man. The chief operation. Yeah, okay. Operating, so not even the security officer, has the authority and will be responsible. So this is like a line manager. I don't know, a line manager in Dutch. Confusing. Which of the following should be representable for final approval, implementation? I think B. Development, IT asset owner. I think B. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Which of the following choices is most likely to ensure that the responsibilities are carried out? Sign contracts, clear policies. I think clear, yeah, policies, I think. No. Assigned accountability. Policy generally record a high level principle or course action. Okay. The IT function has to. The information. This is not nice to make videos about, I think. Anyway, information security governance must be integrated into all business functions and activities primarily before address operational risk. The enterprise has adopted a practice regular staff. Okay, yeah, I see. Which type of role-based, multi-level? I don't know this. Mandatory? No. Role-based? Also not. Role-based access? Multi-level access? Discretionary? A. Role-based. Data access with role performed by individual, thus restricting access to data required to perform individual task. Okay. Data owner, I think. Yeah. We saw that earlier, so. You see, just practice. The most appropriate role for senior management is supporting it yeah. Approval and funding. Okay. Next. Final responsibility for authorizing information system access. Information owner. Final responsibility for authorizing access. Now you have a data owner, you have an information owner. I never heard of an information owner, but anyway, what is the primary role? Handling process within an enterprise. Data access requirements on applications should be determined by data access, legal compliance, business owner. See, I get it. It has nothing to do then apparently with security, but it has something to do with an information owner, a data owner, a business owner. I see it now. Which of the following is most useful in managing increasingly complex security developments, managing security deployments? Security architecture. Okay. Serious security. Improving integration. Develop tighter controls. Acquiring better. I think this one. It's between the. Oh, not staffing? No, wait. No. I think this one. Integration of business and security processes. Which of the following best source to determine the value of information assets? Business manager, system analyst, industry benchmark. Business system analyst. Maybe. Okay. Individual business managers are in the best position to determine the value of information since they are most knowledgeable of the asset's impact on the business. Yeah, makes sense. During a stakeholder meeting question. Ultimately accountable, I think the steering committee, board of directors. Ultimately, it's that small word. Okay. From the information security management. Segregation of duties, I think. D. Accountability, yeah, who is accountable? For performance outcomes, okay. Strategy. Yes. CISO is always strategy, ISO is operational. All personnel. Yeah. I thought systems. Okay. Yeah, information security, of course, is IT, HR, and sales. Provide direction. Major application system changes. Yeah. Business owners. So it's not because they know of the content, and that's very difficult to determine by an ISO or CISO. So I guess that's why. Defining the objectives. The need. The clear definition. Okay. I see. Close. Okay. Compliance. Information security manager. Okay. Oh yeah, I didn't read. Yeah, that of course to justify. Hmm. Ultimately, this word again, it must be board of directors. And you see, most common fails within the scope. Fails. Within. Okay. Local. Yeah, that's what I learned in the previous one as well. Application, that's a data owner, I think. Good. Corporate risk management program. Stated objectives. Okay. Which of the following is a characteristic of centralized information security management? Yeah, I think. Okay. Yeah. Uniformity, because it's centralized and not decentralized. Yeah. Okay. System analyst, maybe. System user. Yeah, acceptance user. Okay. So key testers, key users. Cost benefit. Yeah. They only need to know what kind of risk are we mitigating, and let's say, for instance, it costs more to mitigate the risk than to just accept the risk. Then, so they're only interested in that cost effectiveness. Which of the following best indicate senior management commitment towards supporting information security? Risk management. Commitment. Approval of risk, the methodology. Okay. Fraud attempts. Don't know, I don't think so. No, directing. Okay. So the board of directors is concerned with this risk, and they go to who's ever responsible within the various departments, and they want them to report back what is done to mitigate the risk. Okay. Could be. Senior management commitment support. Enhance through. Sign off information strategy. Yeah. C. Yeah, okay. Jesus, I hate this. Outcome of aligning. See, cost effectiveness of controls. So controls to mitigate risks. The responsibility for information security and related activities involves multiple departments. What is the primary reason the information security manager should develop processes that integrate these roles and responsibilities to ensure effective business continuity and this to simplify specification development acquisition. A, to mitigate tension. Oh, okay. Security gaps. Assurance functions, okay. Now, 10 more questions who generally determine the classification. That was the asset owner. Cool. Which of the following would be best indicator of effective information security governance within enterprise? Nice. All right, which of the following roles would represent the conflict of interest for information security manager if a third party requesting connectivity, access? I have no idea. This? Final approval. Ah, okay. Fine. Okay, yeah. Because as a CISO, you give advice, and if the board approves and will sign off on this document, that makes them ultimately responsible because the responsibility of mitigating risk or residual risk is at the board of directors level. Which of the following groups has the final responsibility for the effectiveness? I think this one. C. Senior management. Ultimate responsible. Final. So here they call it final and here ultimate. Jesus, you gotta be awake to take this test. And I feel, and I think you can probably see I'm getting older behind my screen. Crazy. Oh, classifying information. Data owner, right? Which of the following areas are data owners primarily for? Data owners, platform security, intrusion detection, entitlement changes. I think this one. I think that entitlement has something to do with rights. Correct? Ah, nice. Responsible. Yes. What is the main risk when there is no user management? Ah, okay. Functional requirements are not. Yeah. Oh, information security plans are not aligned with business requirements. Not the main risk. Okay. I should have read all the answers. Well, IT, finance, legal, I think. Operations, marketing, I think B. Yeah. Financial, information technology, and just the legal department in general. You want to comply with the rules and regulations. You want to keep track of the finances, and of course IT, because everything runs on IT. Which person or group should have final approval of an enterprise? Final. So we have here senior management again. You see, now I finally get it. Okay, which of the following roles is primarily responsible? Primary owner. Same kind of questions that come back at you in a different format. I'm getting the hang of it, but it's still not good. Who should approve user access in business critical application? That should be business, the manager. They know. Oh, data owner again. It's not in all cases. Okay, are the best position. Okay, continue. Then we did it. 40. That's not good. But anyway. Next video, we're gonna go into depth into information security strategy development. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.